Hello guys, Alex Fedotoff here. Today we have an amazing guest. We have Reinis here. He's former athlete, fitness celebrity, and now he runs email marketing agency, helping e-commerce entrepreneurs and other businesses as well to launch products. So we'll talk about the product launch sequences and product launch process that will allow you to maximize your sales, your revenue, your profitability. And also, for brands, for any brand to expand, you have to launch new SKUs, right? You can be like that, like one product dropshipping store from 2017. I mean, you have to expand. Yes. You have to become like a proper brand. So, Reinis, thank you for joining me, man.
Thank you for having me on. Super happy to be here.
Reinis, you come from a fitness kind of background, right? Can you tell more about that?
Yes. So I'll give a quick summary of my story. My business journey started when I was 13. I started mowing lawns, doing graphic design for Call of Duty sniping clans, the YouTube banners and whatnot. And then later, this actually happened one time in France. One time in France, I had been doing fitness for a little bit. Some girls wanted me to flex in front of them, you do in bodybuilding shows. So I did that. And then I decided okay, Gary Vee talks about you documenting your journey. I'm just gonna start doing the same. So I did with basically my fitness journey. I started creating content on YouTube, Instagram, posting that. I sold some ebooks. I ran some Legion ads to basically build an email list.
At 15 years old, you started doing that?
Yeah, at 15 years old, this started. I was doing that till actively to 17. Then the marketing journey took over, and then I was then.
How old are you now?
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, you put me in a spot. I don't know, 22.
Close, 21. Yeah.
Guys. That's why you gotta start early. Don't start when you're 13. I mean, start when you're 7.
When you're born, literally start working.
Yeah.
That's it.
Crazy. Okay, so you started selling those ebooks. What happened next?
I decided hey, back then brands in Latvia, in US, brands were taking social media seriously. So I decided, hey, brands in my country, they're not taking them seriously. Let me just help them out. As a 15-year-old, imagine trying to walk into an office with a corporate office and trying to sell to them. They're not going to take you seriously, no matter what you say. So that did not work out at all. Then I saw Tai Lopez, Iman Gaji, these people, they're selling in UK and they're making a lot more. In Latvia, I could make money, but I could probably make 300 euros, where other people in other countries would make 2K. So I decided I would start cold calling. I would start, basically trying to get clients abroad. And I network with a bunch of people online. Shout out to networking on Instagram and Twitter. Everyone should do it. No matter what you do, you can get so many great connections and learn so many new things. That's what I started doing. And one thing led to another. A brand needed email marketing. I set it up for them. I saw the results, and I saw a lot of people were basically doing Facebook ads and helping out with Facebook ads. And then I just saw hey, they don't have email marketing. They need help with email marketing. Let me learn the skill. Let me dive deeper into it. And I did. And some awesome partnerships came out of that. And now we're here with around 50 employees, close to 90 clients we're working with. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Crazy. So everything for email marketing?
Email and SMS. Yes.
Wow. That's interesting. How many years it took you to grow that business?
This is year 3. Yeah.
I just recently started to kind of take care more of my body and my well-being, as I should have earlier. What have you learned, and kind of if you can simplify the whole kind of blueprint maybe for well-being, especially for entrepreneurs?
Yeah. Good question. I'd say this is going to be a boring answer. I'd say you need to experiment and find things that work for yourself. For me, I know some people that, take modafinil or Adderall, something like that to get them work. I don't do anything. I don't even drink coffee. I don't do none of this stuff. For me,
you don't drink coffee at all?
No, I don't. For me, what gets me going, what gets me energetic is music. I would just play music to get me going, and I feel that does something to my mind where I just make myself come alerted. if you meet me in real life, you know how energetic I can get. It's something I've been blessed with naturally, but for other people, I feel like my personal opinion is try to avoid from any kind of tools as much as you can, because what ends up happening is you build tolerance. Let's say coffee or even modafinil, whatnot. You're going to build tolerance. So you're not going to need to increase the effective dosage. And a lot of times there's some negative side effects to these things. For example, if you do decide to, let's say, drink coffee or let's say use any enhancements, you need to have cycles. So meaning you don't do them all the time, but you, for example, let's say you have something very serious you're working on. Use these tools to help you focus during that time period. And then when the wave comes off, stop using them. It might be difficult at the start, but that way you don't build like this insane tolerance to where you just need to keep, I don't know, drinking like 17 coffees a day just to stay awake. It's also, for example, for coffee, I know that you actually don't want to drink it when you wake up. So go like a couple of hours.
Really?
Yes, go a couple of hours without drinking coffee. And you're going to feel so much better in the long term.
You also managed to work with some, not just like with e-commerce businesses, but also with some like celebrities and people who have like audiences and helping them to launch their products. Is there anything different between kind of like that process and for like launch process for e-commerce business that you think kind of could be helpful for everyone?
I can share my screen. I can share like a case study. This was done with through an influencer as well. I'll go through the story how this came to be, but we basically helped launch a brand that generated $250K in 24 hours. $137K came from email marketing, and how this started was basically I got a comment from a guy just asking me to check their inbox and their DMs. I was curious, so I did, and basically what ended up happening, they were launching like a fitness brand, and they partnered up with an influencer, and they had the influencer as a face of the brand. A lot of times you could reach out to influencers and do rev share or profit share deals, to where you can get like really good splits to, for example, where it's like 80-20. You get 80%, they get 20%. You need to negotiate with them, and you need to tell them like, hey, look, we're doing XYZ, blah, 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 blah. All you need to do is show your face, film these promos that are going to be written for you. It's super easy. You can do it. And you can easily get influencers. Like, for example, for them, it was an influencer, 1.4 million followers. You can see here. Now, they partner up with influencer, but the issue is if you only use influencer traffic, you're kind of reliant on them. You can obviously use paid ads, which is awesome. And most of the people who are listening, they have the skill at paid ads. That's how we used to launch courses with influencers. We started with the influencer launch, and then we pivoted into paid advertising, and just basically started and got data with the influencer launch, and then scaled it and sustained it with the paid ads. If we just did influencer marketing, it's inconsistent, hard to retarget, no connection to the brand. By the way, when I mean hard to retarget, you can do dark posts and whatnot. In this case, I mean like, to retarget, you need to go to the influencer and ask them to do more promos. And there's lack of ownership because most of the data is in the influencer's hands. So what essentially we did, we wanted to capture the audience. So here what we did is basically we created an influencer-specific landing page, made people sign up for the launch, made the launch email exclusive. Then before the launch arrived, we were basically sending people emails, updating them on when the launch is going to happen. Once we had captured people's emails, and the influencer did a couple of promos on her Instagram page, Instagram stories, and her Instagram bio to have people sign up. We were basically showing behind the scenes of the products, of the product shoots and whatnot, and everything that was branded around the influencer. You can take multiple influencers and do the same thing. These don't have to be massive influencers. These can be like, 50, 100K influencers. Just get their photos and everything and just brand the funnel around your product and the influencers. Instead of, for example, buying one promotion or three promotions, we had 3 plus 11. So we basically had the hype up where we captured people's emails and we were hyping people up, getting people updated on the product, when it's going to launch, so on and so forth. We had the pre-sale email and the pre-sale follow-up. A couple of hours before the product was launched, the email list got access to it first. If, for example, stock is limited, this is a reason for why people should sign up and for why people should leave the email, and you can capture their data. Then we did the big sale launch. Again, we sent this to everyone who had signed up to the pre-sale but hadn't purchased. And also the influencer did like a massive post on her page. And then we followed up with people who didn't buy 2 times, plus 6 more follow-ups the following days. People who were signed up, they were ready for the launch. And whenever we did, we got these results. Now, what's more interesting, you can kind of copy and edit this funnel for e-commerce and doing new product launches. And the way we did this, I'll give a specific case study. This is a dropshipping store in the Netherlands. So they were running like a general dropshipping store, and they wanted to
I know a lot of those.
yeah. And they had this product that was doing really well, and they wanted to brand it. And we worked with them, and what we did is they wanted to order stock and just launch it right away from the get-go. Next day shipping, like super, super high quality. And I told them, like, look, if you order stock up front, like you might be doing well with the dropshipping side, but sometimes for some reason, when you try to brand a product, it just does not work. It's very odd. Sometimes it happens and you need some time to make it work. For them, I told them, like, look, instead of putting a lot of money up front, let's do this. They had a budget around 15K. I did the calculations on how much would they need to spend on advertising, how many emails would they get, how many emails would they collect. On the average conversion rate, the best case scenario for sales, worst case scenario sales, and middle, like average case scenario for sales. And how much would they make? Would it be break even, profitable? And we basically help them launch with basically them breaking even on stock, which doesn't sound amazing, but considering a lot of brand launches fail and a lot of brand launches are unprofitable with stock and you just basically have a bunch of inventory, you do not know how to sell. This is the safest way to do it. So what we did is we created a funnel, an opt-in page where we were advertising this product. It was a dog bed where people could buy it at early access. We were basically running ads, showcasing filmed ads from the sample they got, and also the winning dropshipping ads they had previously. We're running ads to an opt-in page. This opt-in page basically gave them like a discount on the launch. But what we did after the discount, instead of just telling them, hey, we're going to notify you once the product is launched, we allowed them to buy the product then and there immediately. We were not advertising that up front, but we did that after people opted in. For the opt-ins, we were aiming to 10 to 30% opt-in rate. Do not run lead gen campaigns and do not start to optimize for the cheapest emails. The reason why is once you start to optimize for cheapest emails or you run lead gen campaigns, you get a lot of leads who will not buy. We had a landing page, so our cost per email was around 2 to 3 euros, and we would push people from the opt-in page into the sales page. The reason why we do this is then we can see with ads, are these people buying the product or not? And we ended up being break even on ad costs just because it's funnel. And the reason why this step is so important is because if you're just running lead gen campaigns and getting emails, you might fall into the pit where all the emails you get, they don't buy. With this, you have some sort of a variable where you can see, are people interested in this product? Are they going to buy it? If they're buying it, perfect. We're covering our ad costs. We have money to order the stock. Then when the day for the launch came, we already had people who had paid for the products themselves, and then we had an email list of around 5,000 people. Nothing too insane, but with like a very, very low budget, being risk averse. That was an easy way to launch it and start the brand the right way. The people who pre-purchased, they got their stock early. The people who opted in, we pushed them to convert. I know the brand, they tried doing lead gen campaigns versus the method I showed them. The lead gen campaigns generated no sales. The method we pushed, that basically pretty much helped selling out the entire stock. So we did around like I think it was 25K in sales with around like 10 to 15K invested. That's what we saw there. It wasn't insanely profitable, but it was a great way to get a brand going with stock, with next day shipping, super early with almost no risk.
Hey guys, people have been asking me how we scale to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, and we have a very sophisticated solution for this that I want to share with you, but it's just like too valuable to give away for free. So if you guys want this solution, just book a call with one of my team members and we'll show you exactly what it is and how it works, and we'll see if that's a good fit for you and for your business. So just book a call with my team member, we'll share it with you so you can scale your business to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, without having inconsistency, and with high profitability. So just book a call with my team and I'll see you there.
That's for new brands. When it comes to product launches for existing brands, It's similar but different again. So I'm going to talk about Black Friday because a lot of these things we do on Black Friday launches can be implemented here. What we do is a lot of you might be, working with email marketing. You might have, let's say, an email pop-up on the site. The first thing we do for emails is we change the pop-up to promote, instead of like a 10% discount or a giveaway, we promote this new product launch. We tell them, hey, we're going to be launching product so-and-so, sign up early to this list. Or for Black Friday, hey, sign up to get Black Friday offers early. We basically try to capture email that way. On top of that, we can create a similar landing page with the product. They can get a discount, and then on the next step, they can either pre-order it or put some sort of a deposit down for the product. So let's say they can lock it in. We want them to commit to some sort of a level. It doesn't need to be a massive commitment. If it, for example, the product is going to be shipped out in a longer time, you have to be very, very transparent about that. That way you can reassure the customers really want the product. So again, you don't end up with a new product with a bunch of stock people don't really buy. With this funnel we've created, we drive mid-funnel traffic towards it. So mid-funnel retargeting, people who have either interacted with your video, have, maybe been to your site, we try to retarget them and push them into this funnel. The reason why we don't do cold traffic is because a lot of times you can, again, go into this pitfall where you optimize around cheap emails, but the emails you get, they're low quality. That's why, again, we try to push for the mid-funnel traffic who already know your brand a little bit. They have some sort of an interaction. This way, they can commit. We can get their email. And even if they don't buy the product launch, they can buy later. Like, we'll be able to keep on sending them emails with other products or the same product later down the line with different angles and try to convert them over the long term. So that's kind of like an overview there. That's like the big overview. And I think right now going into Q4, it's a massive opportunity, especially if you're going to be launching products in Q4. We found that you can really scale your brand if you launch in Q4. Either before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we had a brand from Lithuania, a skincare brand, Manila. With them, we did 136k euros with one email sent because we launched a product a week before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And 4 weeks before that, we had preparations of emails going out. For Black Friday, Cyber Monday, basically we have 6 weeks in advance where we prepare and hype people up, tease people with different offers. For Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we also do special offers for the email subscribers. So we do like a low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket offer. So we can really squeeze out the most out of the customers who've subscribe to the email list, as well as capturing people's emails. The landing page you can create can be super, super duper simple, but you can basically have like a big headline. And the thing that's going to be changing your cost per email the most is going to be your headline of your landing page. So let me share this. This is basically like a product launch formula I created. So if someone is interested, you can hit me up or email me. And
nice, man. Yeah, if we could have, wow, that's beautiful. If we can have that document.
Yes. I'll send it to you.
Perfect.
Yeah. So for landing pages, this is how we structure them. Basically, we have you see three main phases. So they're very, very simple. This is like, I did not post the final landing page for this eyelashes brand because like with them, I didn't want to like completely reveal everything, but the structure is here. This is how we structure these landing pages. You have, for example, like a main head image. If you're working with an influencer, this can be an image with the influencer. You have the big promise, which is basically here. The thing that says order today, that could be your big benefit. That could be your big hook on why people should opt in. You can even try and pair this up with advertorials. The top 5 reasons why people, for example, buy product XYZ. Or you can go kind of like the affiliate marketing side of route where you do something. The end of America is near. This is how you can prepare for, inflation. And then you can sell some survival products on the back end. The thing that's going to be changing your cost per email the most is the big promise, the headline. That's going to be the image, the head copy. That's it. So we keep this simple. Then later we have trusted by. This could be you showing the sites you've been featured on, the media articles you've had, or, in this case, the influencers that they're working with for social proof. And then at the end, it's benefits. So some benefits for why people should buy this product. Super simple landing page, easy to create. You can use Pagefly, integrate the Klaviyo, and they'll be set up.
In terms of the products, right? Like, so have you seen this like kind of like limited to specific to specific like niches, or like have you seen it like working for?
It pretty much works for everyone, really. If you're launching a new product, the key is you already want to be making sales, right? If you're at completely zero, you should be worrying about product market fit. But if you're at 50K a month, 100K, 300K, a million a month, 3 mil a month, these product launches are super powerful, no matter the niche you're in. And it could even be the smallest thing. We were working with a brand selling motorbike parts, like a very hyper specific niche. They're selling motorbike parts for dirt bikes in New Zealand. They were doing like 150K a month, very consistently, a lot of like SEO traffic and whatnot. And you can even do product launches for their parts, because parts or new categories, because there's going to be someone who's going to be interested in that. So doing the hype around it, people are going to filter themselves out. And typically what I like to do within these product launches is when you're generating hype, when you are adding something new, there's going to be some buzz around it in the community, especially if you're selling to a specific community. If you hype up the product, there's going to be a buzz within the customers who buy from you. Even better, I did a call with Ron Shaw from Mayavi. They have a community they have the second largest collagen protein community with 50,000 people. And they do a lot of, before they launch their products, they actually ask people in the community of what products they want to see. For them, that's how they're able to sell out massively. They typically sell out within 24 hours. They have people, like women, waiting at midnight to be the first to buy their new product. Yeah, this works for any niche. Ideally, if you have a community, ideally, if you already have, a proven track record in your business.
Are there any like hacks or like kind of like easy wins that you've seen, like, I don't know, maybe like utilizing testimonials or like it's like social proof in a particular way to help increase the efficiency of this?
I'd say probably the best one was the one I mentioned, the community aspect. If you're able, even before you launch, like this is not something like an easy hack. This takes time to build. But before you launch something, you can try to build a community around it. So if you're, let's say, selling eyelashes and makeup, you can create a community to help women feel more beautiful. This can be like a value add at everyone who places an order. And even for people who don't place an order, you can still push them into the page to have people talk good things about you and then convert these potential customers. For the new products, you can also ask people like what kinds of products they want to buy. And I think this is a really good life hack because you can save a lot of money. The most expensive thing is working to develop a product, then, buying, molds for like 20, 40K, ordering the stock just to be sitting on something no one wants to buy. And then maybe you need to like liquidate the stock and it ends up in Marshalls and your brand's value just basically is lowered. That's probably like the one big thing. The other thing is on like a super simple level, instead of just doing maybe like one email or just like showing when the product is live, hype people up. Run ads before the product is going to be live. Show teasers of the product. So like really focus on the hype aspect of things. And with that, you can see what interest people have. Ideally, you can do this 2 weeks out. It will not be like a lot of times it will not be enough to like order stock, but you can do this a couple of times. You can start maybe like a pre-sale, let's say a month and a half out, just so you can see how big the demand is, like in your email, let's say to your most loyal customers. Then later you can start running ads, build hype around it, collect emails within your email list, at least send four emails, the hype up, pre-sale to the most loyal customers, the big sale launch and a follow-up. Those are my biggest hacks. And these are really the lowest hanging fruit ways of you to launch a new product and launch it successfully.
Are there like any like KPIs you should be aiming for? Like how many people, let's say 1,000 people on the waiting list,
yes.
like how much in revenue you should more or less generate or stuff like
that.
The
revenue and waitlist depends on your brand. What we look at for these are two things. So number one is cost per email acquired. It should be like in the range from like, I typically recommend like $1 to $5. Typically the best is like $2 to $3 euros. Then the other KPI we look at is your opt-in rate. So if you do these landing pages, you want to have a minimum of 10 to 30% opt-in rate. The higher you can get, the better. If you can get to 30%, you'll crush it. You'll probably be profitable on pre-sales. You'll be profitable you'll be really profitable on email marketing. Like a third of your traffic is putting in your email. And maybe one last hack I had: if you run a proper brand and you have stock, make sure your sale sells out. Don't have enough product for everyone. You want people to feel the FOMO. This is, for example, life hack Avi uses, and I learned this from them. When they launch new product, they want to sell out 3 times. Number one, to see if there is enough demand for the product. Because if, for example, they launch it once and they sell out over, let's say, a week, too slow. If they launch a new product, they sell out within a day or 2 or 3, perfect. The amount of product you order, that should be depending on your email list size and the size of your brand. I need to look up the conversion rate I calculated for the signups to sales, because I have the sheet somewhere where I basically do the calculation for, if we, let's say, have 5,000 emails, we would roughly get this many people buying best case scenario, this many people buying worst case scenario. And then you can calculate, like, with your active email list, if you, for example, have an active email list of 100,000 people, how many of those people would purchase. You can get an estimation. You can see how many SKUs you need to order. If you're running paid ads, calculate, let's say we have this much of budget. We have, for example, $2 per email, $2 to $5 per email. Best case scenario, we'll get this many emails. With the same conversion rate, we'll get that many sales, that many SKUs. You can estimate, how much would you need to sell out the best case scenario and how much would you need to sell out the worst case scenario. That's what I recommend for calculations. It's if you have a supply chain manager, I think they'll be able to handle that. But that's the way I look at it. And that's the way, if you're managing your e-com business on a day-to-day basis, that's how you can, look at ordering products as well. How much will you be spending? How many customers will probably be acquired? And, how much sales you'll get there.
So how do people connect with you?
You can connect with me over Twitter, email, Instagram. All my socials, basically email Reinis, Reinis. Pretty easy to find. If you just type in email R, you'll probably find me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to see a bit more about our work, how we work, just type in agencyjr.com, agency J as in Jacob, R as in Reinis.com, and you'll find a bit more info on us.
So you offer email marketing, right? And then SMS
email
as well?
Marketing, SMS marketing. We're looking into one interesting service to do in Europe. We have a lot of clients from Europe. We're practically the only agency who can write emails in practically any language. We write emails in Hebrew, German, Norwegian, Dutch.
Wow.
We're going to be doing French as well. We've written Portuguese for Brazil, Portugal, Spanish. So yeah.
I think what there is a lesson to learn from you, for everyone who's listening, guys. You found a way to get in touch with me, right? Through multiple people. I think there's a way. Is there a particular kind of way that you're doing this,
networking,
or any particular?
Really, just I'll tell you this. A lot of it is providing value up front. When we hopped on, on the start, I gave you a podcast guest. I'll intro you to, right? So doing stuff like that.
That's a good one.
That's probably my biggest tip. I remember I met a couple of people I respect. The first thing I did, I sent them referrals. Because now I had one guy who's spending a ton of money on paid media. I met them at an event. The first thing I told him, hey, look, I know so-and-so needs to work with you. I'll put you in contact. I gave him a couple of referrals there, had a genuine conversation with them. Obviously, you want to talk with them like they're people, and you want to help them out, because if someone comes into your life, you're thinking about, especially if you have some sort of success, what do they want from me? That's a lot of times the first thing you think about. And if there is no taking, there is giving. It's a lot better way to build a connection. And genuinely speaking, as a person, I like to give. I love people I love to see people be successful.
I think that's a lesson for everyone. If you want to get in touch with someone, you feel like there's a person that can give you guidance, feedback, or whatever way they can help you, and you can help them in any way, then find a way to get in touch with them. I'm thinking about a lot of the like very like good relationships I have like right now. It just started from like cold message, like messaging people, and sometimes they don't fucking respond for like 10 times. Sometimes, as you said, like you have to involve someone else. Like, hey, would you be able to like kind of like introduce me to this person, or and you're trying to find ways. But that's how things are happening. Like, so I think that's a great tip for everyone. Literally within a few connections, one connection.
Sorry to interrupt. I know you have to go. That's why I want to do this quickly. I'll give a quick formula. Like do these few things. Number one, get on Twitter, share things you've learned, and genuinely be valuable. Like your key lesson of the fundamentals: be valuable. Go to events. A lot of people you'll meet who are super high level, you cannot connect online. You can connect with them at events. Go to events.
It's a serious
Your words,
business.
not mine. That's my answer.
Man, that's crazy. Good stuff, my man. Good connecting with you, and guys, tremendous. As you can see, like you can launch products more effectively, like add another like SKU, another SKU to your business. So that's how you scale, literally. So. Connect with Reinis as well. Like if you're interested in email, SMS services, or just like to connect and do some stupid jokes. I mean, we did a lot like on this call. So, cool. All right. Thank you, Reinis, my man. Yeah, looking forward. If you're ever in Miami, hit me up.
I will.